Well, hello everybody. My name is May King Tsang. My first name is May King, and today we're going to be talking about how to create FOMO for your business on social media right now. FOMO means the fear of missing out, and you wouldn't want your customers to be missing out on your business, right? Am I right? So, I'm going to be sharing with you today 6 steps on how to gain free publicity for your business all the way through to gaining clients. I am also going to be sharing with you 8 social media ideas that you can use right now in business in order to create FOMO. So, who's ready to create FOMO for their business on social media right now? Are you ready? Awesome. Now let's get on with the show. Now, who is May King Tsang? Because I like talking in the third person. What I'm going to do in the next 3 slides is I'm actually going to explain the 3 main bits that I do. Not because I like the sound of my own voice, but hopefully it will inspire you and help you to think about the kind of things that you can do in order to create FOMO for your business too. So, I am a professional live tweeter, and last year at Atomicon 19 I tweeted over 1,000 times for Andrew and Pete on their Twitter account. We reached 28 million people. We trended on the same day as International Women's Day, #1. I also created 15 Instagram interviews. I did 5 Facebook Lives, all on Andrew and Pete's accounts, and as a result of that FOMO, I created all that content. Within a week, we sold 425 tickets for their conference for this year. This is the lovely lady in the middle, Laura Perman, and I've got a lot to thank her for because I was so nervous. I just so wanted to do an amazing job for Andrew and Pete, and she said, come on, interview me. And she's an incredible photographer, and I can't wait for her to do my photographs. She's done some for me already, and I love her. Anyway, so she took the microphone and she said, come on, interview me. So I just put on my Scylla voice, and I said, what is your name and what do you do? And it made her giggle. And I wanted to do that for Atomicon, for Andrew and Pete, because Andrew and Pete, their brand is all about fun. I am also a live social media reporter. What that means is that I take my microphone, I brand it to my clients' colours, and I will interview people. So this is me on the left-hand side at Social Media Marketing World in San Diego. I was actually doing interviews for myself, and this is me interviewing an incredible guy who has some incredible software. At the bottom there is one of my clients. So as you can see, my microphone is branded, especially for Comms Hero. This was a bit closer to home. I was interviewing somebody from Ireland who came to a conference in Manchester. I also did some interviews for the BNI Staffs Awards. Think BAFTAs, think Oscars. I interviewed 21 nominees. They were up for awards, and I interviewed them on my smartphone. Again, I had a microphone, branded mic. On BNI Staff's account, I uploaded those 21 videos onto Facebook. Then I literally copied and pasted, made a few changes on LinkedIn, made a few changes on Twitter, and as a result, the 21 videos that I did on interviewing 21 different people, I ended up getting 63 pieces of content because I put them onto 3 different platforms. The table at the bottom shows some of the results that I had, so you can see that I actually created extra posts as well on Facebook, and as a result, we reached 4,700 people. You can see the number of comments, the number of shares. The shares is so important. And LinkedIn, and you can see on Twitter as well. I am also a live content creator. So literally, I'm at an event and I create content live on the fly. I listen. That's one of my biggest skills. And then I create content. So for Dr. Jo North, who is an incredible lady, you need to go and follow her and her community. This is her on Instagram, Idea Time Studio, Idea Time BBP. On Twitter. What I did for Jo is at the Port of Tyne for the hashtag, you can see 2050 Innovation Hub, I created 22 LinkedIn posts in one day. I also created 33 Instagram stories for Dr. Jo North, 116 tweets, and you can see the reach, the comments, the shares as a result of what I did live on that day. I also do smaller events as well. So Andrew and Pete was a big event, 350 attendees there. This innovation hub for the Port of Tyne was about 100 attendees, but I also do small workshops. On the right hand side, a small workshop called Campfire Conversations. Myra, the lovely Myra, she had 7 people at the event. It was a 3-hour experience. So while she was making major breakthroughs with the 7 attendees through Campfire Conversations, which is her structure, her way of helping people to make personal breakthroughs, career breakthroughs, business breakthroughs, it was kind of like Fight Club. It was almost like I wasn't allowed to talk about the content of what was discussed because there was a lot of personal stuff that was going on. So how do I create FOMO on something I can't talk about? Well, I did. I created 52 Instagram stories, 9 Instagram posts, 3 Instagram videos, and as a result, she had 2,600 views. She had 30 website clicks. And you can see that at the bottom, she also had inquiries about her next event, 4 inquiries. She also had 2 business owners who saw my stuff that I created on her accounts. And she said, I'd like to know more about this Campfire Conversations, so she could actually train people to actually take her structure that she developed and delivered on that day. So I can create live social media content, doesn't matter how small, how big your event is. So what is FOMO? I often get people who say to me, you know what, May King, I don't want FOMO. I'm quite happy having JOMO. But why have the joy of missing out? You don't want people having the joy of missing out on your business. No, you want people to have the fear of missing out on your business. So in a business sense, FOMO is a good thing. You want people to get excited and be inquisitive about what you do. It enables you to raise brand awareness about who you are, what you do. It enables you to give great PR for yourself because you're associating your brand by going to an event and associating your brand with their brand. So when you are at Atomicon 20, which you are at the moment, you go and write about how amazing Andrew and Pete have done, what massive transformations you've had from your business, what incredible people that you've met at Atomicon 20. This is about brand association. You are associating your brand with Andrew and Pete from Atomicon 20. It helps to start a conversation, helps to build relationships. This is the long game, guys, and you can get inquiries, you can gain clients, and you can also get products and services sold as well. I'm going to tell you how I did it, so hopefully it will help you and inspire you so that you can do it and you can get more FOMO for your business. So Ella Orr, Catherine Williams on the right hand side. There was a question in Atomicon 20. Someone said, why did you come to Atomicon 20? And both Ella and Catherine, they both said, because I got FOMO. So remember the FOMO that I created for Andrew and Pete last year, the 1,030 tweets, the 5 Instagram lives, the 15 Instagram stories. It is a result of that Ella, Catherine might have seen some of that. They'll have seen other people talking excitedly about Atomicon 19 and how amazing it was. Then they got FOMO. Then they decided, this Andrew and Pete, these guys are amazing. I need to get my ticket. That's why they got their tickets. So they were one of the 425 who bought those tickets. We've got a lovely lady called V at the bottom. Now, she'd been stalking me for a year, and I've consistently been giving good conversations, starting to get conversations, giving great content on all the socials, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, and eventually, a year later, she said, and I had no idea she was looking at my stuff. She was lurking, like a lot of us do. A lot of us do actually go on social and we'll read other people's stuff. We don't like it, we don't comment, we don't retweet, we don't share for whatever reason, and we forget, don't we? So V was doing exactly the same thing, and eventually a year later she said, hey, can you give me a rough guide on how you work and your fees? She'd been stalking for a year. I didn't even know. So this is the kind of stuff that you can do by creating great conversation, by associating your brand with others, by engaging with other people on social media, by being consistent, going up, showing up all the time, as regularly as you can on social media. You never know where that happens. Okay, so on the left-hand side, I've got a 6-step plan, and it's not one of those 6-step plans that's going to make you into a gazillionaire. I'm not one of those scammers. No, I'm going to give you real-life examples that have happened to me that have helped me gain clients, and hopefully it will inspire you, because I know that you guys will be able to gain clients through this system as well. So, example 1. Oh my gosh, I was so starstruck. I went to San Diego. I learned, it was my first conference in America. I was so nervous. I wanted to learn from other incredible speakers and other incredible people. Saw Janet Murray, and I've admired her for years. I've watched her articles, I've read her blog posts, and I thought, oh my God, she is a superstar in my eyes. Do I go over and say hello? I dared. No, I can't. Shall I? Shan't I? I braved the waters, and I decided to go. She probably thought I was a right blithering idiot. I said, can I get a selfie? I wanted her autograph too, but I thought that was probably a bit too much. So anyway, she did very kindly give me a selfie. It was amazing. And then one of my friends recommended that I go to one of her events. And so she launched her Media Influence Live 2018. Incredible conference. I went there as an attendee, and I live tweeted. So if we go back to the 6-step plan, gave free publicity. I was learning incredible stuff from Janet Murray. Andrew and Pete were speaking there as well. And I tweeted, I think I might have done a bit of Instagram, bit of Facebook, bit of LinkedIn. And I posted it out there. Didn't expect anything in return. I was just associating my brand with Janet Murray's brand, with Andrew and Pete's brand. That's step 2. That's what I did with my social media. And then I built a relationship with Janet. So, when she posted stuff, I would like her stuff. Sometimes I would comment, but I was a little bit shy, I had to admit. But I built a relationship, but I didn't sell to her. Actually, it's probably because I was a bit shy. If truth be known, I was a bit shy. I thought, oh, she won't want anybody like me, which is nonsense, of course. Of course she could have wanted someone like me. And in fact, what happened in 2019, a year later, I went to an event. It was a big conference. Janet was there. And what was amazing was that she saw me on the other side of the room, and she came over to say hello to me. I was blown away. I didn't even know she knew who I was. She knows thousands of people. How would she know little old me? So she said, oh, well, what have you been up to? So I told her, oh, well, I just live tweeted. I was FOMO creator for Andrew and Pete. And that's kind of what I do now. She says, send me a proposal. Well, I was blown away. I sent the proposal. I waited. She didn't respond. I followed up. She didn't respond. I thought, oh, she can't. She probably doesn't want my stuff. So I braved the waters, and I tried maybe 3 or 4 times, and then I gave up. I shouldn't have given up, of course. It's rather silly. But she eventually came back to me. She said, hey, May King, I'm so sorry. I've been really, really busy. Are you still available? We negotiated. It was amazing. She hired me in 2019. I'll tell you a bit more about that later. But that's how you can, using that 6-step process, free publicity. I associated my brand with Janet. I made a connection with her. I built a relationship. I continued to give great content, building a relationship by liking and commenting on her tweets. I gained followers as a result, because people who associate themselves with Janet, there may be other people who'll start looking at you. And I gained followers, and I gained a client as well. So that was took a long process, nearly 2 years, but absolutely worth it. Because Janet's amazing, and I can't believe I got to work with Janet Murray. The Janet Murray! She's amazing! I also appeared on a podcast as well. Oh my God, but that's another story. Okay, example 2. A lot quicker this time. I tweeted Helen Reynolds, who's also a Tomicon 20 member. She was an incredible speaker at an event called Social Day. It's a conference in London. I tweeted lots of speakers. It's how I take notes. I also did a bit of Instagram as well, possibly a LinkedIn post at the end of it. And after her talk, she went to look at her notifications. She saw that I was tweeting. She engaged with me. She said, oh, thank you so much for your tweets. And I said, well, it's kind of what I do. And I built a relationship with her, but she looked at the quality of my tweets, and she said, I'm going to refer you. And so she referred me to Comms Hero, which is that conference that I talked about in Manchester earlier in the presentation. So that was just in one day. I tweeted in the afternoon. In the evening, she was recommending me, and then she put me forward. So it can be as quick as a day. It can be as long as 2 years. It depends, results vary, of course, but you can see how it's possible using that 6-step plan on the left-hand side. Now, I had to say that I had a personal setback in 2012 and I disappeared in social media for 2 years. So in 2016, I had 4,500 followers. I can't remember on the other platforms. Twitter is my main platform, which is why I talk about this, but I do FOMO creating on the other platforms as well. But on Twitter, 4,500 followers in 2016. I might as well have had zero because I've been out of the country for 6 years. So I had to start doing that 6-step process again and built relationships with people, give great content, free publicity and whatever. I think it was within 3 months, I got headhunted by Google to work on a project with Google using that 6-step process. And they actually found me on LinkedIn, actually. So consistently giving great content, consistently giving, having great conversations, building relationships with people, associating your brand with others by going to incredible events like Atomicon 20, you can gain followers, you can gain clients, and that's what I did. And here are 2 examples of what I did. Now, back to you guys. I'm going to give you 8 ideas on how you can create FOMO for your business right now, because I know some people are thinking, oh, I'm not quite sure what kind of content to put onto social media. It doesn't matter whether you are at a live event or whether you a face-to-face event or whether you're at a virtual conference or a virtual experience in the case of Andrew and Pete. Here are 8 ideas that I'm going to give to you right now. Number 1, the journey. So when you're going to a conference, so I went to San Diego, had the privilege of going to San Diego, took a picture of my plane ticket, not to show off, but to show to people that I'm investing in myself. People are going to hire experts, aren't they? And if I'm learning from the experts, then hopefully people will hire me. That's why you tell people, not because you're showing off, you're telling people that you are investing in yourself so that you can give better information, up-to-date information to your clients, whatever conference you're going to. And whether you are at a virtual event and you're in front of your PC, your Mac, or whether you're on a plane, train, or in a car, or you're walking or getting the bus, you can take a photograph or a video, say how excited you are about going, and this, that, and the other. Now, this is the amazing Bella Vasta. She was the first speaker at the Atomicon 20 session. What she did was hilarious. We're all on lockdown at the moment, at the time of recording, and she did this cheeky video and she said, "Hi everybody, I just got to go to my office. It's a long journey," and she walked a few paces from her kitchen to her office. It was so hilarious. I love Bella, and the most amazing thing about Bella as well, she put on a British accent, especially for us, because she's actually based in America. She was so cool. Her talk was so amazing as well, so if you missed it, go and check it out in the replay. 11 creative ideas on how to engage your Facebook group you can use today. Her session was so good, so you need to go and check that out. Now, if you had an amazing session, if you heard an incredible speaker, tell Bella Vasta, oh my God, it was an amazing talk. Put it on social, put it on Instagram, put it on LinkedIn, wherever your favorite platform is. Tag Andrew and Pete. Why are you tagging them? Because you love them. But also, you want to associate your brand with the amazing Bella, with the amazing Andrew and Pete. You maybe want to increase reach. You maybe want to start a conversation with people. You want to gain followers. And eventually, you start that process. So hopefully, do you see what I mean by creating FOMO for your own business? You are creating FOMO by telling the world that you are going to an event. The event is amazing. I'm going to learn from all the experts. So other people might be thinking, wow, you are investing in yourself. I need to know more about what you do. Step 2. Okay, now some of us might be introverts, so I'm an ambivert. So sometimes I have introvert moments and I have extrovert moments. Not a lot of people know that. This FOMO idea is perfect for you to get started, especially if you are an introvert. And in fact, this lovely lady, Claire Muscat, go and follow her on Instagram. Her Instagram tips are so cool. Her Instagram highlights are amazing. CX means customer experience. So she's hired around the world to talk about how corporates and small businesses can be amazing at customer experience. Now, all of her gigs were cancelled this year because we're on lockdown, and so she decided to take a break from her business just for a little while, just for a week. And she actually asked me, how do I get started again? And so I actually reviewed her social media, gave her a few ideas, and this is one of the ideas that I gave her. Search on the hashtag. So you guys can search in Atomicon 20, start liking, start sharing other people's posts, start commenting on other people's posts in the Facebook group in Atomicon 20, but also more importantly outside, so that other people can start to see how amazing Atomicon 20 is and start getting them to come in to our community, because Atomicon 20 is one of the best communities ever, right? Janet's community is also amazing. Andrew and Pete's community is amazing. So don't forget all the other socials. Start liking, commenting, sharing, put your thoughts on it. That's what Claire did, and she's got back on track, and she's doing amazing stuff. She is so good. I've learned so much from her on Instagram, actually. Just a few ideas which I'm actually going to adopt, so do give her a follow. If you give her a follow, why don't you give her an Instagram story and said, oh hey Claire, I heard that you are amazing. Making Tea told me that you're amazing. Why don't you do that? The next post. Okay, this is a great idea. So when you're at an event, why don't you share your notes? Now, Danielle Bays was at Atomicon 19 last year, and she created these incredible notes for every speaker. Now, not everyone's scribble is going to be as creative as this. Of course not. However, you can take a little quote, a little screenshot. Maybe you can do a video that you said, my biggest takeaway from this speaker was, there's loads of things that you can actually share your notes, maybe a photograph, maybe a tweet, maybe a quote that you use Canva with to make it pretty, or you can do something as epic as this if you are an illustrator. So Danielle Bays, she listened to the incredible Victoria Fleming. Victoria Fleming is also a speaker at Atomicon 20. She's on all the socials as B Sales-tastic, and she is incredible. I don't know about you, I do think sales is a dirty word. I used to think it was a dirty word until I listened to Victoria. She is amazing. So study this screenshot, actually. It will really help you, and also go and attend her session on the big day on the 28th, because she's going to help you transform your thoughts and perceptions about sales. I also heard an incredible thing that Pete from Andrew and Pete, he said it only sounds sleazy in your head, and I love that. So go and follow B Sales-tastic. Tell her, were your ears burning? Making Tea thinks you're amazing. Go and talk to Danielle Bays. Were your ears burning? I think your illustration from last year is amazing. These are the kind of things that you can write to create content and create FOMO for your own business to get yourself started. Post 4 is to create a video. I've already talked about video. Now, I'm not trying to pretend that I'm in Dallas and have 3 versions of myself, okay? What I'm doing is giving you a few ideas on what you can do. So the image in the middle was me on a Zoom call with somebody, and I just changed my virtual background because I fancy being in San Francisco. The picture on the left-hand side and the right-hand side was actually me going into Facebook Live, into Andrew and Pete's Atomicon 20 group every day to tell people what we were doing every day, what events were happening, what was going on. Now, as you can see, the image on the right-hand side, can you see that the Atomicon logo on my mic was backwards? Okay, so I spotted the first few lives. I made a mistake, but it doesn't matter. As long as you get something done, it's okay. And I rectified that mistake eventually. I got my printers to send me very quickly a new logo. And so now when I do Facebook Live, I know that I need the mirror image and it will flip it around. And now when I do ordinary video on my phone, then I can use the front facing image like the one on the left hand side, and it shows it the right way round. Now I know what you're going to say, which is on my next slide. I am scared of video, and I get it, a lot of us are, but remember this, if you are scared of video, so are your competitors. If you get in video first and get more confident, they will have FOMO. They may even ask you, how did you do that? Get confident with video because video is not going anywhere. There are plenty of stats by Cisco, by Google, talking about the Google search results. A lot of them are video. So when you Google yourself, and you should do, just to check how you're getting on, I know that when I Google myself incognito, making tea or FOMO creator, a lot of my tweets actually pop up. My Instagram posts, my Facebook posts do not pop up. My LinkedIn, it tells the world that I've got a page, but it doesn't show the content that I've put in those pages. But Twitter, about 5% of your tweets are actually found by Google, and they could appear on page 1 of Google. So that's pretty awesome. Anyway, this slide is to tell you a great few tips on how you can get confident with video. Basically, I want you to record yourself for a minute talking about your business every day for 5 days. Don't watch them. But on the 5th day, watch them. And just like Evan Munch with that scream emoji, you're going to hate yourself. You're going to think, oh my God, I was erring and erring over my words. I've got a double chin. I've got white hair. I've got lipstick in my teeth. I look terrible. I'm not 23 anymore. It doesn't matter. It does not matter because you're practicing. And when you practice, like my dear friend Mel from the Mummy Trainer fame, she says done is better than perfect. And I've heard that phrase many a time, and she keeps reminding me, which is awesome. Okay, now what kind of stuff can you record when you decide you're going to go public? You are an expert in your field. Give great business tips. Give that one tip. When you're at an event, what was your biggest takeaway from which speaker? Did you have a favorite speaker? Did you connect with someone who was amazing? Talk about that person. Say thank you to the speakers. Honestly, the speakers don't know whether they've done a good job, so why don't you tell them and tell them why you thought they were amazing? Okay, these are all the different things that you can do to help get your business a little bit of publicity, a little bit of FOMO, because you're associating your brand with someone else. So when you're free, when you're ready, publish on social media. When you're ready, don't put pressure on yourself. Do practice. But remember, this isn't about you. When you start thinking, oh my God, I've got a double chin, I look fat, I'm not 23, I've got lipstick in my teeth, and all the rest of it, you're making it about you. If you remember why you're in business in the first place, it is to make a difference. It is to make an impact. When you remember that, then it suddenly isn't about you anymore, and hopefully you will forget those little things that actually doesn't matter. The wrinkles, the crow's feet, the double chin and all the rest. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, okay? And then when you have done native videos, so when you've recorded on your phone, upload it into several places. When you get brave, do live. Now, the most incredible guy, Ian Anderson Gray, and oh my God, I'm so starstruck by this guy. I've been admiring him for a gazillion years, and when he knew who I was like, oh my God, and he got my name right. Oh my God, it was amazing. And he asked me to go on his podcast. I couldn't believe it. I just thought I'd died and gone to heaven. He's incredible. He can give you loads of confident tips on how to get better at recording live, because you're all experts in your field. You all need to showcase what it is you do online. So go and check out his podcast, iag.me. I'm on episode 23. He is also one of last year's speakers of Atomicon as well. It's selfie time! This is FOMO tip 5. Okay, my friend, Stone and Press. I actually stalked him for a few years too. Yes, I am a stalker. And I noticed he was going to social media marketing world. And I said, what are the chances of us meeting? And he said, well, you know what, making 5,000 people are going. Well, I don't know. Chances are pretty slim. I met him on the second day. He ran past me. I went running back to him and went, Tim, it's making tea. He probably thought I was a right idiot, but we've been really, really good friends ever since. And as you can see, we went to a Brazilian restaurant. I was a little bit cheeky with this post on all the socials. I said, Tim and I are going for a Brazilian. Very cheeky, very naughty. And Tim and I have been good friends ever since. We went out to an event, and we went out for a meal afterwards. So I took a selfie. Now, of course, we're on lockdown at the moment. At the time of recording, that shouldn't stop us taking a selfie, though, because the incredible Alex Curtis, he's on Twitter as Tweeter Curtis, on Insta as Insta Curtis. He's incredible, and he's an angel. You can quite clearly see that because he's got a halo. And he recorded me on his podcast to talk about FOMO, talk about tweeting as well. what was incredible about him, my favourite story about Alex, is not only does he help the finance industry, so if you've got anyone who's in the finance industry, a mortgage broker or anyone like that, go and connect with him so that he can pop you into his Facebook group. He does some incredible value marketing tips for building societies and banks and mortgage brokers, advisors, and all the rest of it. Okay, he got FOMO when he went to Atomicon 19 last year. And it was funny, he was actually on the train journey going to the event during the day. And I was tweeting and I was Instagramming and I was Facebooking on behalf of Andrew and Pete, if you remember, I told you that. And he got FOMO. He actually said he got FOMO, but he was going. And he explained that in the podcast. It made me laugh. He said, I've got FOMO making. Oh, but I'm actually going to be there in an hour or two. That shows how much FOMO works. Even when you're going to an event, you feel like you're missing out because you didn't go early enough. So funny. So we take selfies. Why? It humanizes your brand, gives you great content, brand association again. Helps you to develop relationships with people, gets that conversation starting. You never know where it leads, and it creates FOMO with your competitors. Number 6, tag events and attendees. Now, I'm not suggesting with Atomicon 19, which is what we've got here, you tag absolutely everybody. And let's play Where's Wally? Where's Wally? Oh, there she is. She's right there. That's me in there. I'm not suggesting you tag absolutely everybody, but definitely take a selfie and tag people if you want to, because people want to know who you are, where you're going, who you've met. Oh, we've got the fabulous Tim there. And we've also got Alex. So, yeah, I'm doing Gudrun, my dear friend. Right, I could go on. But Amy Cager, love Amy. She created an unofficial event last week at Atomicon 20. It was a virtual pub. It was incredible. We had a Zoom chat. Even Pete went to the unofficial party. You can see him right there. And there's me, virtual background, pretending I'm in Newcastle, even though I'm in my kitchen. Amy tagged all of these people. Oh, no, sorry. No, it was me, wasn't it? It's Andrew and Pete. I did this story. I tagged everybody. We had a great time. Great piece of content. Other people might think, wow, they're having fun. What are they doing? And they may want to find out more. Then they may send Andrew and Pete a DM and say, what's happening here? What's Atomicon 20? You can see the hashtag at the bottom. So tagging the event, tagging the host, tagging the attendees, great way of creating FOMO for your own business. Again, brand association starts a conversation. Post number 7 is to create your own Truman Show. Now, what I mean by this, and if you haven't watched the film, do go and buy it off Netflix or whatever. Amazing film made in the 1990s. Jim Carrey did not know that every minute of his day was being recorded, and he was actually part of a live TV show all the time. Now, I'm not suggesting that you guys go, when you pop to the loo, you record yourself in there. No, we don't want to know anything about that. But we can decide what kind of content we want to put out onto social media. If you don't want to talk about your parents, your children, your pets, that's absolutely fine. I was a little bit embarrassed initially that my parents live with me, and so I didn't really talk about my parents. I was worried about being judged. But you know what? It's my culture. That's what we do. And so now, again, after a bit of encouragement from a guy I met on Twitter, actually, he said, don't worry about what people think. And he's absolutely right. So now I do embrace the fact that my parents live with me. They do my cooking and cleaning for me. They also ground me as well when I'm a little bit naughty. But be your own TV show. Create great content about what you do. Of course, you're an expert in your field, but people want to get to know you as well. So, do a little bit of, where you are at the moment. And especially when you're at a live event or a virtual event, do some quotes. Thank the speakers, thank the host. Do your vox pops, get opinions from other people. Do your own videos and say what were your biggest takeaways. Do your blog post. Always thank the speakers. Always thank the host. It's not about you. It's about how you can provide value to other people. And what you're doing is showcasing your expertise to other people. It doesn't matter what business you're in. If you're going to an event, you are investing in your business. And people want to hire people who invest in their business. People want to hire experts. You're learning from the best. So why wouldn't they hire you? And my final tip, repurpose your content. That is a posh way of saying copy and paste. That's all it is. This lovely lady, Marketing Hello, she and I are going to collaborate. We had a meeting. She was really inspired. She thought it was incredible. It was an incredible meeting, actually. She also had mic FOMO. So she said, I'm going to take a picture of my pencil with my fluffy thing and call that my mic. And that's exactly what she did. What she did was on Instagram, she talked about how much energy, how many ideas we had. It was an amazing brainstorming session, and we're looking forward to working with each other in the future. So we're just plotting with that at the moment. She did that one piece of content on Instagram. She put it onto stories, she put it onto Twitter, Facebook and LinkedIn. One post, copied and pasted, edited a little bit, 5 times. That's amazing. That's what I encourage you guys to do as well. Over on the right hand side, I went to San Diego this year. It was my last conference before the lockdown, and I created a LinkedIn post. And then the LinkedIn post had a little video, me interviewing the incredible Christine Gritman. She is amazing. She's also a TomicCon 20 member. She spoke last year at TomicCon 19. She was going to come over from New York to a TomicCon 20 as well, unfortunately, but I know that she'll aim to come next year as well. So from that one LinkedIn post and video, I also put it out onto Instagram, into Instagram stories. I also created 7 tweets, and I also put it on my Facebook page as well, which I didn't put there. So one post, 5 different places. If I was on YouTube, actually I am on YouTube, I can also put it there as well. So there's lots of different places that you can put it at. And if you're on Pinterest, if you're on other socials, definitely put it on there as well. I forget to put my stuff on Pinterest. I must do that. Now, you can go repurposing or you can go repurposing. One of the partners of a TomicCon 20 is Quick Video. That's the lovely Dan Holiday with the Be Heard t-shirt. Okay, and there's me interviewing Dan and our friend Andy from Content Cal. What you can do is create subtitles, create captions for your video. How many times have you watched a video with the sound off because you're in the car, you're in the, hopefully not driving at the same time, you're in the car in the passenger seat, or you're on the bus or on the train, on the plane, and you're listening to the video with the sound switched off. So Quick Video, they do captions, and they will create captions in your branding, which is incredible. They are such a good platform on your desktop. So if you are a computer user rather than an app, then definitely take advantage of their Quick Video offer for TomicCon 20 members at the moment. When you create FOMO, magic happens. And oh my God, we know that Mary Smith is a TomicCon keynote speaker. She is amazing. And I did a LinkedIn post a few days ago about how I am tweeting and Instagramming for Andrew and Pete at the same time. I also mentioned Mary Smith as well, because I just wanted to showcase how amazing she was. And she was amazing. She dropped into a TomicCon 20. We had a real exclusive, so we could ask her questions, and I've been a massive fan of her for years. She actually said hello, and she got my name right. She said, "Hello, May King, how are you?" Oh my God, I could have died. And she answered everybody's questions, made everyone feel good. So I wrote about it on LinkedIn, and Mary Smith shared it. That's when magic happens, okay? She's sharing my content, which means that other people will see it because other people are massive fans of Mary Smith. You never know when it will happen. That is incredible. On the right-hand side, something else that's incredible. So remember, I did some work with Janet Murray last year. She has 25,000 followers. I tweeted 62% of the tweets came from Janet Murray's account, which I tweeted from on that day, 1,300 tweets. We reached 31.7 million. More importantly, 55% of her tickets were sold in a week. And that was partly because of the FOMO that I created. I also appeared on her podcast as well, episode 356, on how to build your audience through Twitter and create FOMO. So what I was going to do at a live Zoom was encourage you guys to get your phone out, take a screenshot, create a tweet, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, add Andrew and Pete and Making Tea. Add Atomicon 20, of course. Tell the world how amazing you all are. If you enjoyed this broadcast, I'd really like to hear from you. If you didn't like the broadcast, I'd love to get your feedback. What did I do wrong? How can I improve? What did you learn? What was your biggest takeaway? This is a quick summary of what we did, the 6-step process: publicity, brand association, making connections, making it happen, making tea, making connections. See what I did there? Laughing at my own joke in my own room. Great content. Create great content. Gain followers. When you gain followers, you never know. When you create great content, it could equate to gaining clients. And I've shown you a few examples of what I've done. Over on the right-hand side, I won't bore you too much, but a lot of my clients where I've created FOMO, I've spoken, I've been a live tweeter, I've interviewed, done a lot of stuff there. But this isn't about me. This is about you. Thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions on anything that I've mentioned, please tweet me, Instagram me, Facebook me. No, actually, don't do Facebook. I don't do Facebook so much. You can do Facebook Messenger if you like, or connect with me on LinkedIn on May King Tsang. You can see my details at the bottom there, and ask me that question and I will do my best to oblige. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you found it useful. Not quite live, but because the first time I did it live, my Wi-Fi really conked out, and so that's why I'm re-recording it. I'd just like to thank the incredible Mark Orr and the incredible James Sopp, my video guys I call the Venga Boys, who gave me the best equipment to produce this live-ish show, and they'll be uploading it for me on my behalf as well. I'm not a very technical person, so that's why I've outsourced it to the Venga Boys, the video boys. They're amazing. Thank you very much, everybody. Hope to let's keep in touch. Got any questions, let me know. And I look forward to FOMO creating with you soon. Goodbye.